All right, folks, buckle up, or should I say strap in for takeoff. Welcome back to Motor Verdict, where we cut through the hype and give you the real deal on all things wheels. Or in this case, wings. I'm your host, and today we're talking about something that's been teasing us since the Jetsons, flying cars. Yeah, you heard that right. By 2030, could we actually be ditching rush hour gridlock for sky-high commutes? Is this just pie-in-the-sky dreaming? Or is it finally becoming a drivable, flyable reality? I've been geeking out over this for weeks, digging into prototypes, chatting with industry insiders, and even daydreaming about my own aerial garage. Stick with me, because by the end I'll drop our motor verdict on whether you should start saving for your sky ride or keep your feet on the ground. Let's dive in. First off, let's clear the air. Pun totally intended. When I say flying cars, I'm not talking about slapping wings on your old pickup truck and hoping for the best. Nah, these are eVTOLs, electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicles. Picture a beefed-up drone that's comfy enough for passengers, zipping you from point A to B without needing a runway. Companies like Joby Aviation out in California or Lilium over in Germany are leading the charge. They've got billions in funding from big names. Think Toyota, Uber, even airlines like Delta. I remember as a kid watching those old cartoons and thinking, man, why can't we have that now? Well, turns out we're closer than ever. These things aren't helicopters. They're quieter, more efficient, and run on batteries, not guzzling jet fuel. Imagine hopping in one after a long day, lifting straight up from your driveway and cruising over traffic at 150 miles/hour. Sounds awesome, right? But let's get real. How do they actually work? I've pulled together some cool details to break it down for you. See this little guy? Scale it up, add seats, and boom, flying car basics. They're electric, so zero emissions at the point of use, which is a win for the planet. And get this, some prototypes can carry up to 4 people plus luggage. But it's not all smooth sailing or flying. We've got to talk tech before we get too carried away. Okay, let's pop the hood, or the canopy, on the tech. Power is key here. Right now, these vehicles use advanced lithium-ion batteries, but by 2030, we're looking at solid-state tech. Why is that a game changer? Solid-state batteries are denser, charge faster, and don't catch fire as easily. Picture this, a full charge in under 30 minutes giving you 150 to 200 miles of range. That's enough to fly from New York to Boston without stopping. I've seen estimates from experts saying energy density could double in the next 5 years, making these things lighter and more practical. Now, propulsion. Most designs have 6 to 8 electric rotors. They're distributed around the body for redundancy. If one fails, you're not plummeting like a rock. And noise, forget the chopper roar. These hum at about 60 decibels from 500 feet away. That's like chatting with a friend over coffee, not yelling over a lawnmower. I once attended a drone expo and the quiet tech blew me away. But the real magic is the smarts. AI runs the show with LiDAR for mapping surroundings, radar for weather, and cameras for everything else. It's like having a super vigilant co-pilot. By 2030, full autonomy could be standard, meaning you input your destination via an app, and it handles the rest. No pilot's license needed, at least for passengers. Safety features include auto landing in emergencies and even parachutes for the whole vehicle. Wild, huh? I've read crash test sims where these things outperform traditional aircraft in survivability. Personally, I'd love to test one out. But before we all get our hopes up, there are some serious hurdles. I've been down this rabbit hole and trust me, it's not all blue skies. All right, time for the tough love. First big roadblock, regulations. The skies aren't the Wild West, thank goodness. The FAA in the US, ESA in Europe, they're all working on rules for urban air mobility. Think designated sky lanes to avoid collisions with planes, birds, or other eVTOLs. But bureaucracy moves slow. We're talking years of testing and approvals. I recall the drone delivery saga. Amazon's been at it forever, and it's still not everywhere. By 2030, we might have certified routes in major cities, But don't expect backyard takeoffs anytime soon. Infrastructure's another beast. Where do you land these things? Vertiports, basically helipads on steroids, on rooftops or dedicated lots. Cities like Los Angeles and Singapore are planning them, but building costs could hit millions per site. And weather. High winds or storms ground them faster than a no-fly list. Then there's the wallet whammy. Prototypes today, we're talking $1 to $2 million a pop. By 2030, mass production might drop that to between $200,000 and $500,000 for high-end models, or cheaper for shared air taxis. But for the average person like me, it's like buying a luxury yacht. Insurance, maintenance, it all adds up. Plus, battery life cycles mean replacements every few years, which isn't cheap. I've crunched the numbers, and it's eye-opening. But hey, every new tech starts pricey. Remember when cell phones were bricks for the rich? So, what's the actual timeline looking like? Let's fast forward. Progress is happening, folks, faster than you might think. Joby Aviation's already logged thousands of test flights and partnered with Toyota for manufacturing. They're eyeing commercial operations by 2025 in select cities. Lilium's got deals in Europe and the US, aiming for 2028 passenger services. Even Boeing and Airbus are in the mix, bringing their aviation expertise. Airlines like United are ordering fleets for short-haul routes. Imagine skipping the airport hassle for a quick hop to the suburbs. Analysts from firms like McKinsey predict a $1 trillion market by 2040, but for 2030, expect air taxi networks in 20 to 30 major cities worldwide. Personal ownership? That's trickier, maybe for the elite by then, with broader access in the 2040s. I've followed stories of pilots testing these, and the feedback's glowing, smooth, fun, and transformative. It's not if, but when. Which brings us to the moment you've been waiting for. Drum roll, please. Our motor verdict. Flying cars are a drivable reality by 2030, but mostly as air taxis shaking up urban travel. The tech's maturing, investments are pouring in, and early services could change how we move. Personal ones? Still a dream for the masses due to costs and regulations. Give it another decade. The pros are huge. It cuts commute times, gives an eco boost, and has that undeniable wow factor. The cons, a pricey entry, infrastructure gaps, and safety kinks to iron out. On our scale, it's an 8 out of 10 for potential. Exciting stuff, but temper those expectations. What do you think? Sky-high revolution or grounded gimmick? That's our take on flying cars. Hope it got your engines revving. If you dug this, smash that like button, subscribe for more verdicts on future rides, and drop your thoughts below. Would you trust one? Next time, we're dissecting autonomous trucks. Catch you later, Motor Verdict Squad. Stay grounded, or not.